I told y'all! I told you! Oh my God! This is just the tip of the iceberg! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
Tyson Fury reacts after seeing sparring footage of Oleksandr Usyk getting dropped, and he claims Usyk is not looking as strong as before. He suggests Usyk could pull out if things get tough, while also pointing out that Rico Verhoeven is bigger, heavier, and physically a much stronger challenge.
Look at him, his heart's pounding now. He's like a little pussy with an earring in. Shit house. His bollocks have shriveled up now, they have. Little sausage.
I don't
sissy
more
with an earring
speak.
in, you fucking pussy.
Derek Chisora gives a very relaxed take on sparring knockdowns, saying it is part of learning and improvement inside the gym. In his view, getting dropped in training is not something to panic about. It is just experience. But with all the noise around Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury's reaction, this moment has now become bigger than just normal sparring talk.
Oleksandr Usyk gets dropped in sparring, but he's learning on the job. You'd rather do your mistakes in the gym than do them when you're fighting.
Lawrence Oakley downplays the sparring knockdown and says it should not change how people view Oleksandr Usyk as a fighter. He believes getting dropped in training is normal and not something that defines a fighter's real ability. But with Tyson Fury already questioning Usyk's condition, this adds more debate around whether Usyk is truly as sharp and dominant heading into the Rico Verhoeven clash.
That's what I think of the fight. Getting dropped, once again, it's not the end of the world. People get dropped in fights and still win them. Getting dropped in sparring is what it is. I mean, you just got to be able to dust off and kind of...
Oleksandr Usyk keeps his usual calm approach and says there is no pressure heading into the fight. He treats it like any normal contest and insists his preparation is on track. But after Tyson Fury's comments about the sparring footage, people are now questioning whether Usyk is really underestimating what is coming against a physically bigger and stronger opponent like Rico Verhoeven.
No, it's not pressure for me. Listen, it's just fight. It's a boxing fight. It's a normal. I prepare for this fight. Everything okay.
Rico Verhoeven talks about his controlled but powerful style and highlights how heavy his punches can be when they land. He sounds confident about adapting his skills and using his physical strength in a different way. This is exactly why Tyson Fury is pointing him out as a serious threat, because Rico's size and power could create real problems for Oleksandr Usyk if the fight turns physical.
I'm always like very calculated, but yeah, when I connect, I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight behind these punches. So yeah, of course, within the kickboxing sport, I was used to just throwing the kicks and doing my thing, but now we get the opportunity to use the hands more. So Peter is like, oh, he's like crazy excited.
Fabio Wardley questions the level of opposition and suggests that stepping away from top boxing competition creates uncertainty around readiness. His comments reflect a mindset focused on elite-level preparation and serious competition. In the context of Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven, this adds pressure on Usyk because critics want to see him tested against top-tier boxing threats rather than unfamiliar styles or crossover opponents.
I understand that he's kind of earned the right to do what you want, but I at least expected it to be some sort of active boxer, someone of some... Not to say I don't actually know much about Van Hooven in terms of a kickboxer, of what his quality level is, but what I'm saying is I expected it to be someone of a decent caliber of a professional boxer. But if it's not, then fine. Look, do your thing, do you, and hopefully he returns to actual professional boxing against some of the top elites.
Johnny Nelson highlights Oleksandr Usyk's dominance and explains how his career choices are now driven by both competition and business. He suggests that big fights and financial opportunities are limited, which is why unique matchups like this gain attention. This is exactly why Tyson Fury's reaction matters, because any sign of vulnerability from Usyk adds more intrigue and pressure to a fight that is already attracting huge interest.
Oleksandr, what he's done, he's wiped the floor with everybody. He's established himself at the top there. So now you look at him and you'll think financially, will he be in a better position than Tyson Fury? No, not in my opinion. Anthony Joshua? No, not in my opinion. The big money fights aren't out there for him, so he's got to do something. He's got to put himself in a position where he's got to win because he's proved he's top draw. So in this fight here, I think it creates interest, intrigue. I'm quite sure there's a healthy pay packet at the end of it. This is now business for him.
Eddie Hearn raises concerns about a fighter's condition and behavior while still acknowledging their dangerous abilities in the ring. His comments suggest that mental and physical condition both play a role in performance. In relation to Oleksandr Usyk, this adds another layer to the discussion because even top-level fighters can face questions about readiness when preparation and sparring footage begin to raise doubts in the public eye.
But he's going to be dangerous. Like, all the attributes that he has, they still exist, regardless of his mental state. But I see a kid in pain, you know? I've got to be honest with you, like, I don't see how people around him can be looking at his behaviour and being comfortable with it.
Peter Fury confirms both Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven are willing to step into this fight, calling them real fighting men. That sets the stage for a serious matchup rather than speculation. But with Tyson Fury already doubting Usyk after sparring footage, this adds tension because willingness alone is not enough. Both fighters now have to prove they are fully ready for a physically demanding challenge.
You know, Rico wanted the fight, you know, Usyk wanted it. They said both ultimate fighting men, aren't they? So fights like this are not going to be hard to make.
Paul Smith questions whether Rico Verhoeven has done enough in boxing to deserve a shot at Oleksandr Usyk, pointing out there are many fighters waiting for opportunities. At the same time, he acknowledges Usyk has earned the right for different challenges after his achievements. This debate adds pressure to Usyk's decision-making, especially with Tyson Fury already criticizing his current condition and readiness based on sparring footage concerns.
A kickboxer for a long time and not really done much in boxing at all to warrant a shot at Oleksandr Usyk when there's a queue so big. And
Indeed.
You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing. The people who are sitting waiting for their shot in line are going to be fuming over this. Some would say, to counter that argument, Usyk's probably earned the right to have an easier one after what he...
Dave Allen strongly questions the fairness of this matchup and suggests Rico Verhoeven should not be facing the best heavyweight boxers in a serious contest. He respects Rico's kickboxing background but sees a clear gap in boxing experience. This adds fuel to the debate around Oleksandr Usyk's opponent choice, especially while Tyson Fury is already highlighting concerns about Usyk's sharpness and preparation after sparring footage surfaced.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in... I like Rico Verhoeven, sparred him, know him, nice fella, very good kickboxer, one of the best of all time, but he's not a boxer. If he wants to fight...
Can he box?
Yeah, he can box, he's a very good boxer, but he shouldn't be boxing the best heavyweight in the world. If he wants to do it as an exhibition, go and do it. I'm not interested in Usyk Verhoeven, just for the simple fact it's a miss.
Aegis Climas gives an update on training camp, stating that Oleksandr Usyk's preparation is progressing and nearing completion. The focus is now on final stages before travel and fight commitments. However, with Tyson Fury's recent comments about sparring footage, even normal training updates are being closely analyzed. Fans are now watching every detail of Usyk's camp to judge whether he is truly in peak condition heading into this fight.
He's doing very well. His preparation is already coming down in the very end, and soon as going to be back home in a week or so. Yeah, about in a week, maybe 10 days. We're going to Australia.
I do want to...
He kind of looks kind of bumped up, but he looks in a very good shape. I saw his sparrings. I'm not going to talk about the sparrings, but I saw what's happening in the sparrings. And
Simon Jordan points towards the business side of this fight and suggests Oleksandr Usyk would not take such a matchup without a clear reason behind it. He believes there is a financial and promotional motive driving this crossover event. This adds another layer to the situation because it is no longer just about sport, but also about opportunity and market value. With Tyson Fury already questioning Usyk's condition after sparring footage, this becomes even more interesting because any perceived weakness could affect both perception and commercial value of the fight.
little space, and I can see how the monetization vehicle of this works. But Usyk wouldn't be doing this unless there's a reason for it. There must be a motivation behind it. It must be some form of derivative as to what happened between the various disciplines crossing over with Ngannou and...
Ade Oladipo highlights Rico Verhoeven's background and achievements in kickboxing, describing him as one of the most successful fighters in that sport. The respect for his career is clear, but there is still an undercurrent of curiosity about how that skill translates into boxing. For Oleksandr Usyk, this means the challenge is unpredictable. With Tyson Fury already doubting Usyk's form after sparring footage, this fight becomes even more closely watched in terms of adaptability and performance under pressure.
Oleksandr Usyk steps in and will take on one of the greatest kickboxers of all time. I'm actually quite a big kickboxing fan, so I know quite a lot about him. I've watched a few of his fights over the years. They used to call him the Prince of Kickboxing, and then he elevated to the King of Kickboxing. I mean, he's a very, very, very good kickboxer who's got decent hands. I can't lie to you. It's funny.
Rico Verhoeven compares Oleksandr Usyk's dominance in boxing to his own reign in kickboxing, showing mutual respect between two elite fighters from different sports. This creates a narrative of two champions stepping into unfamiliar territory. However, Tyson Fury's recent criticism of Usyk after sparring footage adds tension here, because even dominant fighters can be questioned when signs of vulnerability appear before a major crossover fight.
And Oleksandr Usyk is the Rico Verhoeven in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he's been dominating for so long and in such phenomenal fashion. So I was like, wow, if we could do this, that would be like the cherry on the cake.
Liam Goff strongly criticizes the matchup and calls it a gimmick fight, questioning whether Rico Verhoeven deserves such a high-level opportunity in boxing. He highlights the controversy around rankings and legitimacy, which adds pressure to Oleksandr Usyk's decision. With Tyson Fury already pointing out concerns after sparring footage, this criticism further fuels the debate around whether Usyk is taking the right risks at this stage of his career.
This is a joke. This is nothing but a gimmick fight, and it's even more shameless considering the fact, one, it's on pay-per-view, and two, it's for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Does Rico Verhoeven, with his one win over a decade ago against the guy who was 0-5, deserve a world title shot? Answers on a postcard. Can you play the recorder? No. That's the answer. This is shocking. Shocking stuff from Oleksandr Usyk. This is Oleksandr Usyk picking money. Picking money over legacy.
Oleksandr Usyk acknowledges the challenge ahead and respects Rico Verhoeven as a strong and dangerous opponent. He describes the fight as both entertainment and competition, but makes it clear that his preparation is fully serious. However, with Tyson Fury questioning his condition after sparring footage, this statement now carries extra pressure. Fans are watching closely to see if Usyk can match words with performance when faced with size, power, and expectation.
It's big, it's real fight. It's a dangerous guy. It's a undisputed champion for kickboxing. Yeah, it's a big guy like Hearn. But this is 50% show, 50% fight. But for me, it's 100% fight, because I very serious training, my plan.
This fight has now turned into one of the most debated cross-combat stories in modern boxing, because Oleksandr Usyk stepping into the ring with Rico Verhoeven has created massive attention worldwide. On one side you have Usyk, a proven elite boxing champion with unmatched skill and experience at the highest level. On the other side you have Rico Verhoeven, a dominant kickboxing force with size, strength, and serious knockout power. The biggest talking point right now is not just the matchup itself, but the condition and perception around Oleksandr Usyk after Tyson Fury reacted to sparring footage where Usyk was seen getting dropped. That moment has created doubt in some fans' minds, and Tyson Fury has openly suggested that Usyk may not be at his strongest and could struggle under pressure or even consider pulling out if things go wrong in camp. At the same time, supporters of Usyk believe his experience and fight IQ will always carry him through difficult moments regardless of what happens in training. The tension is now building because every comment, every clip, and every reaction is shaping expectations before the first bell even rings. If Rico Verhoeven uses his size and power early, it could force Usyk into a completely different fight than usual, and that is exactly why this clash has become so unpredictable and so dangerous for both sides.
Now it is your turn to decide, do you believe Oleksandr Usyk proves everyone wrong, or is Tyson Fury right about the doubts? Let us know in the comments, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more boxing updates.